Hello, we are MARTE, an Italian startup supported by the Italian Alliance for Sustainable Development ASVIS and a finalist of the European Click Startup competition organized by the Italian National Research Centre CNR. What we look at is expanding cultural impact. The level of urbanization is linked to cultural participation and education, and rural areas present higher barriers to cultural participation and trends to leave education earlier. So, what we are asked today is to devise new systems to expand culture from bigger cities to smaller towns. Unused spaces are an opportunity. In Italy alone, we have more than 6 million spaces that can become outposts for cultural dissemination and networking. Risiamo l'Italia Foundation is promoting such opportunity, but can't identify adaptable cultural projects to bring these spaces to life. These cultural projects exist. I am an artist with a PhD in musical composition, and we aim to create a platform to put these potential spaces in contact with these unpromoted cultural projects. The first idea would be to pair spaces and cultural projects, while basing the business model on tickets sold to participate in cultural events. However, we can further improve both the economical and sustainable designs. In fact, within the cultural industry, there are organizations that are dedicated to design and implement dissemination programs at both regional and local levels. When people participate in cultural events, they provide us with information that is important for these organizations to understand the territory so as to design better dissemination strategies. We sell this data to organizations working in the cultural and arts fields. The point is that to improve cultural participation, making culture more accessible is not enough, and we also need to strengthen the cultural offering in a specific territory to improve local participation. And in this way, we can act more efficiently on the territory and amplify impact. We calculated that this data is worth 200 million in Europe. We look to reach 20 million in about 10 to 12 years. At this point, we'd like to present to you our vision of the future. So far, cultural projects are created randomly, and we can further improve the design of the product. Indeed, within our presentation we didn't mention some important players of the cultural industry yet. These players are cultural production networks and artist-in-residence programs. Organizations like Nesta and Starts produce culture. Here, we bring as an example the Starts Prize for Social Good, through which Nesta supported the creation of 2 cultural projects with a grant of 15,000 euros each. These organizations would be interested to have a tool to promote artistic mobility for these projects to improve their social impact. Therefore, we aim to create an innovative system for the circular economy of culture. By understanding how people react to projects, Nesta is able to produce cultural products that respond to the territory more efficiently, which means strengthening local cultural offering and promoting urban regeneration and better dissemination strategies. Through this design, the platform keeps improving retention and allows us to achieve 3 more SDGs: strong cultural institutions, partnership, and more sustainable cities and communities. Furthermore, we calculated that by expanding cultural participation by just 5%, we can achieve an economic impact of 55 million euros in Italy and 750 million in Europe for artists and spaces. We are developing a team that covers all the strategic fields of development, with PhDs in architecture, cultural production and technology, data analysis, and cultural impact valuation. In September 2019, we scored 1268 out of 15 within the SME instrument Phase 1 for disruptive innovation. Since then, we grew and improved our business model, and we are now looking for funding and collaborators to start developing the platform and support the beginning operations of our organization. Specifically, we are right now planning an application to Creative Europe's new Creative Innovation Lab, and looking for partners to develop an international cooperation.